Hey everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Irit, and on my channel I share my crochet adventures. I was away for a week and I managed to go. I say I managed because we haven't been able to travel to where I'm from. I'm from Israel, but I have been living in Austria for the last 10 years, and my family is in Israel, and yeah, we haven't been able to visit them since the pandemic started. They were able, like my parents were able to come to Austria a couple of times, but my kids weren't able to travel to Israel because of quarantine. They had very strict quarantine regulations, and yeah, so this was the first time that I could go back and visit with my 12-year-old who is fully vaccinated, so we didn't need to quarantine. You know, she just had like a week vacation, like a semester vacation, so if we needed to quarantine, that would be like the entire vacation sitting in an apartment, and that's no fun. But you know, with Omicron being like everywhere, like every family I know had at least like one case, I was just really stressed that we had to do a test before flying, and I was really stressed that one of us is going to test positive. So just added to this whole, you know, unknown factor of travel these days. But on the way back, actually, we didn't need to test anymore. So, you know, hopefully we didn't spread the virus. But yeah, it was really, really great. And finally, my eldest could see her cousins. She hasn't seen them for like 2 years, and they had a really good time. And it was a very kind of laid back week with just like a lot of quality family time. I mean, I'm from Israel. I grew up there. I lived there for the first 30 years of my life. And so I don't feel the need to like be a tourist. But I do love exploring and eating my way through my visits, because if you don't know, the food in Israel is amazing and very rich in flavor and ingredients. You know, it's like Mediterranean, but because it's an immigrant country, you have like influences from everywhere. And also, of course, the regional cuisine. And it's just, every time I go, I just want to eat everything. And I managed to go, actually, it was mostly Asian restaurants, which is a bit of a shame. But I mean, there are also like some really good Asian restaurants there. And yeah, what I didn't get to eat, what I actually really wanted to, and I didn't get to it because I'm such a good mother and my daughter wasn't really into it, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight over it. But I really wanted to eat falafel, and I really wanted to eat hummus, or hummus, I guess, as you say in English. And yeah, I didn't get to do that, so I'm a bit upset. But we are hoping to go back, and this time I hope to take both my girls with me. The younger one should also be fully vaccinated until April. I also think they're going to kind of ease up with all the regulations, since I think pretty much now everyone is either vaccinated or is, you know, or had already COVID. So yeah, but the plan is to go back there in Easter with both my kids, and I'm going to eat falafel. Like, they actually like falafel. We go here in Austria, we regularly eat falafel, but like, you can't compare it to like what I'm used to. And I don't consider myself as like a foodie or anything like that. I really like, I don't want to say simple food, but you know, nothing like too sophisticated. I just like good food, like street food. That's probably my most favorite thing to eat, and anywhere I am in the world. So, and the street food in Israel is really good, or like these restaurants that have Mediterranean food, or Middle Eastern food, I guess is more accurate. Yeah, but I can't complain. I ate a lot of good stuff, and yeah, and we spent time with family, and it was really, really great. I didn't get a lot of crocheting done because I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I think like a part of it is the project that I'm working on is a little bit of just something I want to do so I can write the pattern for it, and I'm actually not as excited about the actual sweater, which is really a pity, but let me show it to you and I'll just explain. So the yarn I'm using, I really, really enjoy, and I really like it. I like working with it, and I really like wearing it, but I didn't want to order more yarn because I'm drowning in yarn. And so I am using what I have on hand from this yarn, which is just like one skein from a few different colors, which I don't really love. Like, I'm not super excited about how they look together, but I figured that, you know, if I like it so much, I can just buy one color and create it again. It works up very, very fast. And yeah, so the design is again based on my half and half sweater construction, and there's already a written pattern for it. Thank you to everyone who purchased it, and that's what we're doing in the crochet along, so you don't have to purchase it. I'm showing everything on my channel, and yeah, but the pattern is available to you. And so I want to write another version of this pattern, but to include in it options for a wraparound and a cardigan, and then another variation of something that looks like a wraparound but is actually closed. Like, it's not something you actually have to wrap around, it just looks like it. Faux wraparound, let's call it. And so I have already done the full wraparound version, so I know how that works, but I want to do also that faux wraparound. The cardigan should be also straightforward, but I do plan to actually make another version so I can see how it works up and make sure that all the details are correct. So yeah, so that's what I was doing, and there are a few things that I find really, really interesting with how I created this, and it also gave me some ideas. So this is what I have. Like, this half is pretty much finished. So this will be the back, and then this is the front where it's going to, I still have to like finish it so the edge is neat, but this is kind of the idea of it, that it goes like here, probably under the breast or somewhere like that, and then on the side I'm going to seam it. So it looks like a wraparound, but it's actually just one piece that you can put on. So this is one half, and as you can see, the colors are a little bit, I mean, I like the colors, I'm just not super excited about the combination. And yeah, so this has about 2.5 skeins of this yarn, which is by Katja. It's called Pluma, and I'll show you the skein. This is how it looks, and this is how it looks. And it's, what are you? It's 85% cotton, 50% polyamide, and you can see it has almost like a boucle kind of, well, not really, but you can see, oh, the cats are, it's, I really like this look, and I really like this yarn. And yeah, so this is the second sleeve. Now, what I tried to do here, and I found very interesting, is that I actually started the sleeve with an 8mm hook. My cats are digging. One is good and is just lying on the radiator, or did she leave it already? The other one is going through to the trash, one of you know, cat's favorite things. So what I did here is I started the sleeve with an 8mm hook, and then every time you see a stitch marker, I increased the hook size. And this creates a really interesting effect, which I think would translate beautifully on a top that, you know, would have kind of a tighter fabric, a more closed fabric here, and then kind of gradually becomes more open as you go down. So I think I could translate this to like play around with this concept more, but like for now it's just so that's what I did on this sleeve. And I started with an 8mm hook, then I moved to a 9, then I moved to a 10, and then I moved to a 12. And you can see that you get this kind of fabric, which I really like. It obviously has like a very nice drape to it, but also I really like, personally, I really like to wear tank tops and then on top of it something that, you know, might be like see-through. So I like the idea of it, and I like how it looks and how it feels with a 12mm hook, which obviously means it works up really fast. So I found it very interesting. I don't know how much it's actually going to show on the finished sweater, but I'm just like exploring and playing, and because I'm already so confident with this construction, I feel I can play around and experiment with other elements of it. So this I want to finish. I don't have a lot more to do. This is the second half, and yeah, hopefully this will come together this week. Which brings me to what to expect to see here this week. So I'm going to post the next part of the cal. Thank you so much for your patience while I was on vacation, but I will edit and upload the next part of the cal, which is part 4, where we are doing the back panels. This is actually a very, very simple part because the back panels are just rectangles. There's no increases or decreases. You just have to kind of figure out where you want them to start or end, depending how you see it. And that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to join the two parts and our sweater will become one piece. And then we can work on the front and then finishing touches, edging, and all that. So we have 3 more parts. Part 4 is the back panels, part 5 are the front panels, and part 6 are the like neckline and bottom of the sweater edgings. So in 3 weeks, if you follow along, you could already have a sweater. Like, I'm wearing my 6th version, I think, of the sweater. And yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And then I took with me, I was very ambitious, I took with me to Israel, or the plane carried, yarn for the cardigan that I want to make, which I've already kind of talked about it. So I want to combine these 2 yarns. I'm going to do the sleeve with this one and with this yarn, and then I'm going to do the body, I think, with this yarn. And you can't see it so much here, but this yarn goes from kind of minty green to peach and pink. It's really, really gorgeous, and I think it's going to look amazing. I just need to get to it. So I'm also excited about like combining 2 different weights of yarn in this sweater. But yeah, I took it with me and I just didn't get to it because I was busy playing. I don't know, I try not to put games on my phone because I just find it too distracting, and I just rather do other things. I mean, I spend enough time like, you know, scrolling on social media and all that stuff, but I did fall into that trap this week and I played way too much some fake Wordle. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't done today's word on Wordle. Yeah, so I kind of crocheted less this week, probably less than I have in a very, very long time. Another project in progress is this blanket. I finished the border, which I'm so happy with how it turned out. I just love it. Love it. It's super, super cute. But now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do around the colored squares. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to add a border. And I just haven't decided if I'm going to add a border with this yarn, which has, like, you can see, like these kind of pom-poms or like little pawns or palms or whatever. I like the idea of using this. I have 3 of these, 2 white and 1 gray. The gray one doesn't really fit this blanket, in my opinion, but the white one, I wouldn't mind using it. So I did like 1 square here, you can see, experimenting. I like how it looks. Not so sure I like having to sew in all the edges of this, but we'll see. So I want to finish this blanket. It's kind of finished, but it's just now a matter of like, do I want to add more to it? So I want to add some flowers, and I want to add like a border to the colored squares. Yeah, I want to do that. And then the sweater, I don't know if I showed you the final version. I also did the neckline and I added the sleeves. I think I showed you the neckline, but I didn't show you the sleeves. So I also added the sleeves. And I really like how it looks. I got these little safety pins with a flat back, and I want to glue them to these like cute fabric flowers that I showed you in a previous video. And then I just want to add a few flowers here. My next project, I think, will be using the rainbow bamboo from Hobbii. It's just a beautiful, beautiful yarn that is, you know, 100% like natural plant-based fibers. It's 60% viscose from bamboo and 40% cotton. And it's really nice to work with. I have worked a little bit with this yarn. I started a tank top that I didn't finish, not because I didn't like the yarn, but just because the design wasn't speaking to me anymore and summer ended already. So I want to do, my plan is actually to do like a twin set. That's what I really want to do with this for, you know, spring. And also would work well for summer because this is a very, you know, summer friendly fiber. It keeps you cool, and it's very nice. It's like a breathable fiber, unlike acrylics. So that's what I plan to do, but I do want to finish first like the cardigan and the faux wraparound, so I could write that pattern, that version of the half and half. It's just not enough hours in the day. I don't have really any yarn coming, which is a little bit upsetting, but it also means I have to hustle a bit and, you know, use up some yarn. As I was on vacation, the most recent Inside Crochet magazine came out. I am subscribed to their digital version, and they had their like a really, really cute carpet that you can make with, I think it's like a scrap buster, stash buster kind of project, where you can use 3 strands of DK yarn. I have a ton of like acrylic DK yarn, and I really want to use some of it up, especially I have some colors that I'm not super excited about, so I think that is the kind of project that is perfect for them, because you can mix them. You know, if you use 3 strands, you can put 2 colors you really love and then one you don't really love but kind of coordinates. So I really want to do that. And yeah, but I think I should first finish the blanket before I move on to that. Also this week I will show you this new book that I got. I actually I wanted to get this book for a long time. I have bought a couple of her patterns, Adinda's World. It's not really my style, but I do think I can kind of take elements from her, you know, signature style and make it my own. and it's like such a feast for the eyes. I like her color selections, and yeah, I mean, look at this. Just like super fun. As I said, it's not really my aesthetics, but it makes me really happy to look at it, and so I think I could enjoy it. Now, kind of scrolling, like kind of just like flipping through this book, it seems very rich on photos, and I'm not sure it has like a ton of actual patterns and, you know, instructions. So I have to look at it. I mean, I'm fine with having a book that is more inspirational, but I just want to show you in case you're interested. This is pretty expensive. It's not super easy to get. I think you only can order it from like her website or a website she works with. You can't find it like on Amazon, sadly. And yeah, so I'm not sure what it is. So I need to look into it, and also I'll make a video so you also know if this is something you're interested in. I already have a book from another designer that has kind of the same, a very similar style, I would say. And I like that book. This one is a hardcover. The other one I think has a spiral binding, which is very nice. So I don't know, maybe I should do a little bit of compare and contrast. I haven't actually done anything using the other book, but they're very similar, like very like similar style, similar designs, very similar. I don't know, kind of looking, like flipping through it, it seems, I mean, it looks really beautiful, but it kind of seems to me like a book she made for herself to kind of celebrate her life and family, which is totally cool, but you know, it might not be exactly what I'm looking for when I bought this. So we'll have to see. So I'm curious about that. What else do I have to share? I think that's it. I think I just want to kind of get a few things done and then really move on to the next spring design. Yeah, just a lot of work. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in another video. Make sure you subscribe and click the like button and the notifications so that you know when I post the next video, like the next part of the cowl, which I'm excited to show you. It's really where things come together and you can try your sweater as like one piece, which is very exciting, and also so user-friendly and easy to modify that you can make sweaters that look exactly the way that you want them to look without surprises at the end. So yeah, I'll see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.